no surprise to anyone, costs are going up all over the place, and we are experiencing inflation like we haven't seen since I was a young child. That's a long time ago for those of you who are wondering. And one of the things that we've seen is, of course, companies and people are all trying to figure out how they're going to mitigate these increased costs. And one thing we see is credit card fees. We see a lot of companies now passing on fees to their customers. So my guest today is Peter Brickman. He's the president of National Credit Card Processing Group. He is a returning guest. We had him on one of our live broadcasts last year. It was HDPR Live number 54. Links will be in the show notes if you'd like to go back and listen to that one. Peter, welcome to the Heavy Duty Parts Report. Glad to have you back, and I'm looking forward to talking to you today about some strategies to help both consumers and people who are selling parts with their credit card fees. So welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for having me back.
So I think we should just start off by kind of establishing what's going on here. And I guess my first question is, are more companies passing on credit card fees? And if so, why are they doing that?
It's a great question. It's a very hot new industry trend. I think everybody out there is starting to see when you go into your local bagel store, your deli, your dry cleaners, now even your truck parts distributor or your car mechanic or your truck mechanic, you're starting to see these businesses pass on the fees to their customers. It's no secret. Everybody, you ever hear this? Everybody pays with a credit card these days. Well, right. With that comes it's now costing them more money to do business. It's now legal in all states except Massachusetts and Connecticut to pass on the credit card fees as a cash discount. It's everybody's paying with a credit card, and you know what? Companies are starting to see their receivables rise via credit card. So how do you combat that? To be honest, the government has done a great job for small businesses in allowing this to happen, and it's a significant impact on folks' bottom line.
Right. And I mean, when you think about it from a consumer point of view, you think this is a bad thing. From a business point of view, it's a positive thing. And let me ask you something. Is all of the inflationary pressure that everyone is experiencing, consumer and business alike, is that part of what's accelerating this trend to adopt that? I guess let me rephrase that. Is it that the people who are selling parts said, look, we could handle this cost in the past, but everything is so much more expensive today. We've got to pass this on to our customers because our margins have shrunk. Is that what's going on, or is there other factors at play?
You know what, Jamie, you kind of hit it on the head, and it's becoming more expensive to operate your business everywhere now. If you look at your balance sheet, where does it cost the most money? Well, credit card fees are up. If you look over year, everyone's seeing an increase in their credit card fees. Well, two things you need to do. One, pay attention to them. Two, now it's legal for you to pass them on. So instead of raising your prices on parts, which is going to be a bigger impact on your customers, they're passing on a credit card fee. And you have a choice. If you don't want to pay with a credit card anymore, you could pay with check or cash, and then the program worked, right? Every business, you're trying to find ways to operate a little more lean. Well, when credit card receivables rise, costs are going up. Passing on credit card fees is a great option. Doesn't work for everybody, but it's starting to become a really, really positive trend. And while it's legal and the government's saying you could do it, it's a significant impact. It really is.
And you think about like the typical heavy duty parts distributor, they often deliver parts, so they incur fuel costs. Fuel has gone sky high. And fuel surcharges are becoming a thing. You talked about raising prices on parts. That there's been no way around that. I'm hearing some distributors say that they're getting multiple price files from suppliers, literally prices changing on a week by week basis based on availability, right? So, as soon as that container's empty, and the next container shows up, it comes at a much higher cost. So then all the prices have to go up. So there's a lot of pressure on the business. And I see why this is an appealing trend. From the consumer's point of view, they must just feel though, like they're paying, you think of an owner operator, right? he's got fuel costs, or she's got fuel costs. She's got repair and parts costs, and now she or he also has these credit card fees being passed on. So really, the consumer is the one that ends up paying, but by and large, that makes society pay because then everybody puts their prices up. So I don't know. I don't know that there's a way out of it, but we all have to be responsible, I guess, with our own finances. So, from the consumer's point of view, is there anything they can do to try to help mitigate costs with their credit cards?
It's interesting that you say that. Not really. Consumers, we all go out there and everybody shops for deals, and we all have our relationships with our repair guy and our parts guy. People are paying with a credit card for a reason, Jamie. The card brands have made it extremely advantageous for not only me and you as a consumer to pay our bills with a credit card, but businesses paying their bills with a credit card. To mail checks is very expensive. Yeah. Paper, ink, the person that processes the checks. That's what AP automation is about. We're not going to get into that now, but if you get rid of mailing checks and you pay now with a credit card that you get a rebate back on, you just got rid of a cost and gained a revenue stream back on your spend. People pay with a credit card for a reason. It's not going to change. How many times have been like, I flew to Italy with my family for free?
Yeah.
Well, anywhere you've used that card, you could thank the business because they pay for it. It's over basis points, but billions and billions and billions of dollars are spent. Basis points. That's how people fly to Italy for free. So it's give and take a little, but you got to really focus on the small business and the operating cost.
Yeah, and also for the consumers, I mean, there's the security aspect of using your credit card too. So that plays a part into it, and there's a price to be paid for that. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't have a heavy-duty part number and need to look up a part? Go to parts.diesellaptops.com or download the app on Apple or Android to create your free account. Looking for high-quality fuel injection for heavy-duty applications? Having one supplier for fuel injection allows you to better serve customers by providing them with a complete line, which increases your sales and profitability. Learn more at ambacinternational.com/aftermarket. We're back from our break, and before the break, we were talking about the trends right now with businesses using this legal means of passing on credit card fees to their customers. It's something that's helping them mitigate some of the cost of running their business so that they can stay open and provide us with parts and repair services that we need to keep trucks and trailers rolling. Peter, when it comes to some of the new products or services available to companies like parts companies and repair shops, like what's new beyond just this ability to pass on credit card fees? What else has been going on in the industry? What kind of new products are available that's helping small business be more successful? Because God, they've got an awful lot of challenges to overcome right now.
They do. And it's a good question. Payments is tricky, right? Everybody wants to get paid. And how do you get paid in the most cost-effective manner? Well, since the COVID era, there's been a lot of different ways to get paid, right? For a lot of times we had touchless. Nobody wanted to go into a store. And so there's some new technology coming out, which is pay by text. There's a lot of new technology coming out with ACHing. So it's really all about how do we get paid cost effectively. But a lot of times now, if like we're trying to coordinate with our customers, we're a payment processing company, but not just payments, right? We want to be more of a technology company. How could I help the heavy duty truck parts folks in the truck repair industry get paid, perhaps get a review on Google, the marketing aspect of it, right? People need reviews. A lot of people go online these days to search a company name before they go visit the business. Well, we feel that if we roll out these types of products that help customers get paid more cost effectively, pay by text, leave a review on Google for us, or could you write a review for us if you had a great, listen, people they go online when they have a bad experience.
Yeah, that's right. They have a good experience. They might only tell one or two people. They have a bad experience. They'll tell 10 or 20.
How about when you have a good experience? Don't you want people to know, hey, this particular truck parts company was awesome. So a lot of new products have to deal with kind of getting paid, protecting the brand, growing your business in your certain niche. But pay by text is something that my company is going to be rolling out really shortly. And I think heavy duty truck parts, truck repair is going to really embrace that. It's going to be pretty awesome.
So why did you focus on the heavy duty truck parts, truck repair industry as a real focal point for your company? How did that come about?
Good question. Thanks, Jamie. So when I got back into business after selling my first company, and I met someone on Long Island called Long Island Truck Parts, now Fleet Pride. But a friend of mine, Bobby Naples, I went out and met Don Raimondo from HDA Truck Pride. Great guy. We hit it off, and we were talking about HDA Truck Pride and who they use for a credit card process. HDA Truck Pride is always focused on the member. Mm-hmm. How do you help the member? How do we help our members operate more cost effectively? What programs do we have? Well, I wanted to say, hey guys, I think I could add some value here and talk to all your members. Well, met Don one night, and they brought me on as a partner. And I just found that heavy duty truck parts, truck repair, it was such a great industry and so vital to our nation's infrastructure, literally. Like people talk all the time, how do we keep trucks on the road? It's such an awesome industry. And I have found that so many truck parts companies, they were so clueless on what they were paying. It's like, I'm with my local bank. I ask them, what's Interchange Plus? I don't know. Well, if you don't know what that is, you were not educated by your processor. You're throwing away money. And I just, for some reason, I just hit it off with these truck parts owners. You know what? Sales is funny. I have a passion, but I also love educating. If you show a CFO where he's throwing out money, it resonates. Where we're going to make money no matter what, but the most important part of it is the business and your customer. And heavy duty truck parts, you know what? It was a good old fashioned American business, clean, not a lot of chargebacks, high volume, low risk. And we've just done very well in the business. And we really love the niche that we're in because I saw a lot of people that didn't know enough. So I wanted to make a difference. It wasn't, to me, I'm going to make money no matter what when I process your credit cards, but I like the relationships better.
Yeah, and it's so great when you can, on the one hand, have business success, on the other hand, really meaningfully impact your customers and make their world a lot better.
New friends too, yeah.
Oh yeah, and the relationship side of the trucking industry is a big part of the driver. Absolutely, salt of the earth people. So for someone who's evaluating their credit card processing company and they're going to look at your company, what makes you really stand out as different from, let's say, a local bank or another credit card processing company?
So
besides just your love for the trucking industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, so we have like a hashtag line at our company, we are different. And I kind of built the brand that way. I didn't want to be that up and down Main Street processing company that's out there and there's a different sales rep every 6 months. We built the brand on relationships and partnerships. HDA Truck Pride, Vipar, they've trusted me to go to their members and stockholders and ensure they're paying the most competitive processing rates out there. So I have a lot of responsibility, not to just go out and grow my business, help, transparency, honesty, teach people, hey, this is what you're paying today. You didn't know. Oh, I didn't know I was paying for that. You know how many times I hear that, Jamie? That's not a good thing to hear when you're taking credit cards. I didn't know I was paying for that. So we try to really focus on transparency and honesty, right? I don't need you to come to me and then you're going to leave me to save $100 a year. We're not meant to be. But I know I'm going to save you the most amount of money. You're going to learn something from me and you're always going to trust me because it's funny. Our industry gets a bad rap about people say, I have no idea the industry is bizarre to me. After you talk to me or some of my BD guys, you're going to learn about what the costs are, and you're going to know that your rates never get raised. Any new industry trends, we're going to be contacting you. We just go the extra mile. Our customer service, we pride ourselves on no 800 numbers. You ever call an 800 number and speak to somebody? They have no idea who you are. We have a personal touch here. Everybody gets their own relationship manager. That's done really well. I can't tell you how many like HDA Truck Pride members love Erica from my office because they know that they could call her. They don't have to call an 800 number. Press 1 for, press 2 for. It's Erica on her direct line. So we like that personal touch. It's very unusual in the payments business.
You've been listening to the Heavy Duty Parts Report. I'm your host, Jamie Irvin. We've been speaking with Peter Brickman, the president of National Credit Card Processing Group. To learn more about their company and the services that they offer and how they can help you, visit nccpgroup.com. Links are in the show notes. Peter, thanks so much for coming back on the Heavy Duty Parts Report and talking to us today. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jamie. And you're doing a great job with your show.
Thank you for watching this video. Click here to subscribe to the Heavy Duty Parts Report YouTube channel and click here to watch another great episode.